Hey, greetings. Name of Yahweh, in the name of daughter, Yahshua Messiah, in direction of the Holy Spirit. All right. Excuse me. This video here uh, is another journey, and it's about my journey, my shamanic journey to enlightenment. However, I had a conversation a few days ago with a young lady whom I did not know, and she was a beginner on the path to enlightenment. And one of the things that I had to talk to her about was something that I think a lot of you have problems with. She was a woman that was just recently stepping into the occult, and she was trying to figure out how um, practicing magic or Wicca would aid her in her life. So she was kind of at a what you would call a bit of a crossroads. So a guy that I know at the store just so happened to be having a certain conversation about programming, and he kind of looked toward me. We kind of exchanged glances, and something told me that I needed to speak, so I did. Now, just so happened, just so happens, what I was talking to her about was something that she needed to hear. Because, like I say, she was at a store trying to figure out, how to really kind of get somewhere. And I think she was already involved a little bit, but she was missing her point, her target for why she wanted to do magic. So I don't really care what anybody else's perceptions, religious beliefs, or anything like that try to um, guardrail these type of truths. All religions have a certain aspect of it that you are unaware of, where people within inside of that particular um, religious segment are what they call practitioners. Practitioners meaning somebody that actually delves off into things that can't really be proven, but yet still you see the results of it. So because they're on the fence line and they've never been involved in it, they don't understand the process of what they're actually doing or what they potentially can do. But not to veer too far off the topic, the woman was wondering what it is that she should really be doing. This became a question that she came in here with. But she sat around, she talked around with other spiritual people that were in the location. And just so happened, like I say, I entered the conversation. And what I told her was something that I knew I should post a video on. She was one of those who you come to magic or you want to come to the practice of getting on the path, no matter what it may be called. It can make it may be called Reiki. You might be into shamanism like myself. Um, you may be into feng shui. You may be a Wiccan. You may be in just typical uh, witchcraft. And a lot of people put a lot of negative connotations on what witchcraft is, but witchcraft is actually something that everybody has used unbeknowingly in some point in time in your life. And one of the ways that you've actually used witchcraft and not even known it a lot of times, but while you were growing up and you didn't even know, when you mentally thought projected towards somebody a ill intent or uh, a thought of ill will or harm, or you spoke that over that person's name or to others who kind of gerrymandered, in a roundabout way, uh, as if to join in to the mockery that's being said, you can be held liable for practicing witchcraft. whether you like to believe it or not. So for you to try to come for those who actually are trained and even initiated into this here, you're making a grave mistake, because you first have to understand what you do in your own life that is actually in alignment with the very thing you try to accuse somebody else of. But back to the topic. She was wanting to know, her relationships, and she was trying to figure out how to do a spell to do this, and she was trying to figure out a spell to do that. And I was like, one of the things that I told her that I did, as far as quantum metaphysics, uh, energy healing therapy, I told her these are some of the things that I do and I teach. Now, I told her, I said, one of the first things that she should learn how to do is first figure out why she needs to use magic. She has to have a why. The second part is, if it deals with things that she feels like she's missing, she should first look to the fact that the way that the universe is that we are all fractions of the entire whole of the universe. You are experiencing the universe in your own individuality. The way that the universe tries to raise our understanding and our vibration is first understanding that the things that you crave are really a resonance of things that you don't love about yourself. If you're chasing men, if you're chasing women, it's because you feel like nobody wants to love you. You can't attract love if you don't love you. Okay? A lot of times the trick play with the domestication, the brainwashing, the social consciousness, everybody thinking the same, you tend to think things outside of you are lacking in your life. But these things that you don't understand about your own reality is that these things are actually obtainable. You just believe that they're separate from you. The reason why they're obtainable is because your thought is something that you own. And it has to be your thought and an emotion, all right, and a feeling that goes behind that which you want. So what you're actually asking for already belongs to you. Now, understand that sometimes it may take a little longer than others, so it's not going to be wham, vamoose, it's just here. No, when you are moving through the trillions and trillions of thoughts that evade the third tier of consciousness, okay, the universe is like a master locksmith, but with a dial. It has to look at when something comes into your life, it has to align with all aspects of the energy within inside of you. That's going to be another topic for another day. But what I told this lady, as I said, if you want love and you do magic or you're practicing, the first thing that you need to do is you need to do a love spell on yourself. Magic is not all about doing magic or making magic happen against other people. The whole practice of those who are really into magic is to first change the trajectory of their own life, to change how you are experiencing life, because obviously your thoughts are so entrenched in negativity and delusions that you can't muster enough energy to change things on your own. So with you using magic, you are actually becoming what they call an energy manipulator. So she was like, wow, I needed to hear that. Yes. Because if you don't love yourself, how can anything else even want to love you? Is what I told the lady. And then last, because I'm going to have to go to the next video, I told her, your thoughts are your biggest enemy, but you don't control your thoughts. You don't control your thoughts. So what do? What is it you have never done? You've never did a spell for you to be able to control what it is that you manifest. You let your thoughts step into your life and act as though they are real, and then they manifest for you, and then you blame everything but yourself for why they manifest. Stay tuned for the next